Hi guys, I hope you are all well. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lucy and I am a UK based content creator. I mainly create my content over on Instagram, but I do upload here on YouTube and on TikTok as well. You may already know that I have had Invisalign in the past. So I had Invisalign clear braces, I had them for 2.5 years, and then it got to COVID, my dentist went bust, I never really finished my treatment plan. My retainer was broken, so I didn't wear it, even though I probably should have. And basically, over the last 2 to 3 years, my teeth have all moved. So I knew that I wanted to get braces again. I didn't really want to go for train tracks, and I knew that I wanted to get clear aligners, but I couldn't afford to get Invisalign again. They are so expensive. I spent so much money the first time around, and I was getting quoted even more for the second time around, even though the process would have been so much shorter. So I was really lucky, and Diamond Whites actually got in touch with me and asked if I wanted to try their aligners, which to me are exactly the same. And of course I said yes. So this video is going to be a Q&A I put out on my Instagram if you guys had any questions, and I got a ton of them, so I'm just going to be answering your questions about my experience with Diamond Whites aligners. As I said, I was gifted this treatment, which is so amazing, but they did not ask me to film this YouTube video. I agreed to do a few things on Instagram, but nothing on my YouTube, so I just wanted to let you know that as a little disclaimer. So one of the most asked questions was, can you actually see them when you wear them? So I'm wearing mine right now, and this is what they look like on my teeth. I do apologise, you're going to see a lot of close-ups of my face and my mouth, but yeah, I just wanted to show you. They are really quite invisible. I must say that this particular tray, I don't know how well you can see this, I do have a very, very small gap, so a very, very small bit of plastic that you can see on my front teeth, but it's not really bothering me, and yeah, you just can't see them, and I just think they're so invisible. But yeah, you really can't see them at all. I feel like when I'm talking to somebody who has had invisible braces before, they straight away notice, but I just think that's because they've had them before, because I'm the same. Like if somebody else has clear aligners in, I can tell straight away, because you're just used to the way someone speaks and you can see that their teeth look really shiny. And yeah, so unless you really knew your stuff, then no, you can't see them, and it's perfect for a job like mine where I'm always smiling and my teeth are always on show and on camera. Another really common question was, don't they get really dirty? They can get quite gross. I do find by the end of the day that they do have a little bit of a smell to them, but that is just because unless you're brushing your teeth after every single meal, which you are meant to do, but most people don't, then they are going to smell. The next really popular question was, do you see a dentist or is the whole thing done at home? So I do think I want to squash this myth, because before I got these Diamond Whites aligners, I was actually looking at them and I was a little bit put off, because a few people were like, oh, you shouldn't go with them because you don't actually see a dentist. And I'm just so confused, because I have seen a dentist as many times as I did when I had Invisalign. I saw a consultant to have my initial scan, so exactly the same as I had with Invisalign. I actually popped a video up on my Instagram if you wanted to go over and watch the scan process. But you have a scan, a 3D scan of all your teeth, exactly the same as I had with my previous treatment, and then I went home and waited for the results of that. And then I was sent all my aligners based on my scan, and then I did see a dentist again. They checked all of my teeth to make sure everything was looking okay. I have a false tooth, I have composite on a couple of my front teeth, so they had to check that to make sure that that wasn't loose and it was suitable to have the braces. And then I saw a dentist again, who then did some filing, which they call IPR, in between some of my teeth to basically make room for them to move. So yes, you do see a dentist. There is also an app called Impress, which you go on every single week. You take pictures of your teeth and send them off to the dentist for review. If they need to see you, they will call you in. If you want to see them, they will call you in. If you have any questions, you just pop it onto a live chat and they get back to you really quickly. Yeah, basically, if you need to see a dentist with them, you see them, and it's not an extra charge or anything. Obviously, another really popular question was, how much does it cost? I feel like your mind is going to be a little bit blown. So let me take you back to when I had Invisalign a few years ago. I paid £4,500, which is so much money. Yeah, a lot of money. Invisalign is really expensive. Diamond whites will cost you so much less than that. So I've written it down so I didn't get any of the figures wrong, but the total price for it at the moment is £1,650 or £34.36 a month, which is so inexpensive. And I just love that it's made good teeth and straight teeth accessible to a lot more people. Obviously not everybody can afford that, but it's so much more affordable than a lot of other options. Also, I have a discount code, so you can get another £200 off of that price if you use my code. I will pop it on the screen. So it's lucieh200 and it will get you £200 off your treatment as well. So another question I've had is, how do they work? I actually feel like this is a really good question because you see people talking about clear aligners, but you actually might have no idea how they actually work and how they're actually moving your teeth. So you get sent your aligners in a big box and they will all come numbered, and you basically will change them weekly. I think it's weekly for every patient, but don't quote me on that. They may have different like time frames on people. I don't know if you have like different needs for your teeth or whatever, but mine is weekly. So you put your first set in. Actually, let me take them out and show you. So yeah, they look like this. I'm not going to put them too close. I feel like these look really grubby even though I've just cleaned them. So yeah, you put them in like this. Literally just clip on so easily and you're good to go. So I wear these for 22 hours a day minimum, so you need to keep them in for that long, otherwise your teeth will not be moving. I keep them in for a full 7 days, and on the 7th day I send pictures off to Diamond Whites via the Impress app, and then they approve those, and then I can change to my next aligners for another 7 days. So it's weekly changes for me. Like I said, it could be different for everyone, but the weekly changes are amazing because it means that your treatment's getting done quickly, and I definitely feel like after a week I am ready to move to the next tray, and my teeth definitely feel ready as well. So when you put in your next tray, it does feel tight, I must admit. I've had a couple where I'm like, ow. So I always change my aligners at night time. Do not whatsoever change them during the day because you will be sore. I wouldn't say you would be in pain, you'll just feel a bit sore, whereas if you put them in at night time, I feel like the pain's completely gone by the morning. You might find that when you take the aligners out to brush your teeth in the morning, your teeth just feel really weird, like really out of place, even slightly wobbly, and that is totally normal, and it just takes a while for them to obviously set into place, which is why they feel a little bit wobbly. Another question I had a couple of times is, can you wear lip products or lipstick with them? So I just have on a little clear lip gloss at the moment. I do find that my lips get a lot more dry when I have aligners in, and I remember it from last time. I remember I had to keep putting lip balm on. I don't know why that is, but yeah, they just feel a little bit drier than normal, so I make sure that I've always got really hydrated lips. You can wear lipstick. I tend not to wear red lipstick when I've got my aligners in, just because it's so easy to transfer red lipstick onto your teeth, let alone onto your aligners, and I just don't want them to stain. But I can imagine if you did get red lipstick on them, it would just easily wipe off with like a wet wipe or with toothbrush and toothpaste and stuff. But yeah, I don't really tend to wear a lot of lipstick anyway. It's mainly lip glosses and balms and stuff, but yeah, it's absolutely fine to wear products on your lips. So next question was, is it really painful? I've kind of touched on this a bit. So when you put in your new aligners, it can be quite painful, but I wouldn't say it's like agony. But I would say when you get your first set of aligners, do expect your mouth to become sore. So you've got to imagine your poor mouth and tongue and gums, they just go about their everyday business. You know, you're putting food in your mouth, brushing your teeth, they're used to that routine. You're putting something completely foreign into your mouth that to you looks really small and insignificant, but to your mouth it's like almost like a bit of a trauma, and your mouth kind of almost rejects it to start with. In my experience anyway, I don't know if everyone has this experience, but I've had this both times. Basically the first kind of 4 to 5 days that I had my first tray in were agony. I was so miserable. I wouldn't say my teeth were sore. My teeth were probably a little bit sore for a day or so, but once that calmed down, it was my mouth. So the ridges, like the edges of the aligner were rubbing on my inside of my lip, the gum. I had ulcers all over my mouth. My tongue was like completely ulcered all down the side and felt cut and horrible. But don't let that put you off, because it's literally only the first tray, and then when you move on, your mouth is just so used to it that it just accepts it. Now and again you will get an aligner which feels a little bit sharp. I think I've only had one that's been like that actually, but you can just file it slightly with a nail file, although I think Diamond might tell you not to do that. But yeah, I've just filed mine slightly with a nail file, or you can buy little wax sticks so you can put wax on them to help kind of ease any discomfort in your mouth. I think that's pretty much answered most of the questions, but if you do have any more, then do pop them in the comments below and I will try and answer them as best I can. If you do want to get them, then use my discount code. It's £200 off, which is so much money, and they're already such a good price, so it's just going to bring it down even more, which is so cool. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, and I will see you next time. Bye.